My name is Vivian-Lee Taylor, and I am a high school English teacher from Richmond, Virginia. This summer, I had the opportunity to take the graphic narratives as teaching tools, just like Deborah. We had a great class together. And this was led by the wonderful Marta. During this summer, I developed my unit. This unit I created was called Exploring Futuristic Worlds Through Graphic Novels. I used this unit to introduce my students to speculative and dystopian fiction. The core text that we used for this unit was Parable of the Sower, the graphic novel adaptation. This book was originally written by the incredible Octavia Butler. Yes, we can celebrate her. Go Octavia. Written by Octavia Butler, and then was adapted by Damian Duffy and illustrated by John Jennings. Today, I have the proud honor of introducing one of my students who truly impressed me with their enthusiasm and their incredible hard work with this unit. I will say, before I spoke to my classes about potentially taking a student to Yale, this student was at the very front of my mind. And as teachers, we're not supposed to have bias, but I had a little bias. I was very excited when she also expressed interest about coming to Yale as well. Before coming to Yale, the student asked if they could design their own slides and add their own style, which, knowing her, meant quite a bit of pink. Without further ado, I present my pink-loving, awesome student, Lauren Jackson.
Good morning, everyone. Good morning. The unit I will be discussing is Parable of the Sower, the graphic novel adaptation. How did I connect with this unit? Relevant topics I recognized was extreme climate change, racial prejudice, food rationing, clean water shortages, man-made California wildfires, and international politicians' empty promises. Key details that captured my eye was not only detailed wordplay, but also such intense or mellow color paneling. This was not my first time reading a graphic novel in a learning environment. However, Parable of the Sower resonates with me because I not only share a name with the main character, but I'm also the same age as her. Reading Lauren's perspective gave me the illusion I was growing up with her. The actual novel did not appeal to me and felt more mature. However, it made me more grateful to have the opportunity to read the graphic novel version of this book. Learning outcomes. Graphic novels are read left to right, top to bottom, one panel after the next. On page 142, Zahara states, "Mixed couples catch hell, gay or straight." I personally agree with this statement because I'm a biracial child. My parents have an interracial marriage, which as a result has brought us much prejudice and ignorant comments. I believe it's no one's business who gets married, rather race or sexuality. Thank you. This is an example of my classroom annotations where we had to analyze a panel in the book. The one on the left was an assignment where Miss Taylor had us imagine what the future would look like 50 years from now. And the other one was us comparing and contrasting the novel versus the graphic novel. My opinion. I'm very aware of my political and environmental climate. However, Parable of the Sower helped me realize the issues we have in today's society have been brewing since the 90s. Topics like racial injustice, misogyny, law enforcement negligence, climate change, and intense poverty. I mean, think about it. How would Octavia Butler been able to predict such prevalent issues in today's society in a book she wrote 32 years ago? Unless it's been happening for decades. My favorite part of this unit was watching Lauren's battle with self-identity, which also goes along with her religious beliefs. Yet by the end of the book, not only did she find who she was, but she also found the God that best suited her. I also value the community and family Lauren finds with the refugees she meets along the way. I also want to commemorate everyone's strength, rather it be mental or physical, when it comes to adapting to such a hostile environment and still find reasons to wake up and push towards a better tomorrow every morning. Parable's uniqueness. Parable's uniqueness. Parable of the Sower graphic novel adaptation is rated young adult, and the word adult isn't there for decoration. As a high school sophomore, until this unit, the most mature books I've read are Mouse or something from Greek mythology. However, I do want to emphasize the mature themes in Parable of the Sower aren't in vain and essential to comprehending Octavia Butler's storytelling and recognizing Lauren's growth with such an unpredictable future ahead of her. Parable of the Sower's graphic... Hello? Oh. Parable of the Sower's graphic novel uses colors, expressions, and tones to get the general theme across, whereas the novel uses tone, grammar, and intense attention to detail to help the reader visualize the events taking place. My class partook in a discussion technique called a Socratic seminar. We sat in a large circle, asked a variety of questions. Some were provided by a sheet, by Miss Taylor, and others by our own minds, imaginations, and so on. Everyone was allowed to answer, and no one is inherently right or wrong. Why should others read dystopian fiction? Dystopia is a realistic fiction genre. Many authors, for example, Susanna Collins, who is the author of the Hunger Games franchise, which was covered as an example before my class read Parable of the Sower, stated in an interview she got the idea for her franchise by simply comparing reality television stars and their glorious wealth to images from the Iraq War and the people who were suffering. This leads me to ask you, how far away are we from dystopia? Because if you ask me, one day, all our decisions will catch up to us, and when all that's left is to stare at one another, no one will have anything to say at all. Thank you.